Okay, so today I'll be playing Elder Scrolls Legends for basically the first time. I always say it's the first time, but if I did anything with it, it would have been years ago and it would have been like just the tutorial. Like I did the same thing with Magic the Gathering Arena. I just did the tutorial some many years back and then I just didn't actually play it. So that's fine, I think to say. But so what do I really know about this? Not much. Just I think it's Direwolf Digital who made it, who also made a couple other card games, which now I forget. But yeah, it was like at that time where Skyrim had been so successful, so they were like, let's try to milk it and let's try to really capitalize on the Elder Scrolls series as much as possible. So let's make an MMO like Elder Scrolls Online. Let's make this. Let's make even for Fallout 76. Like they were trying to really milk all their IPs, and it's like they're not necessarily making the games themselves, but still it has a certain value to it. So I held off on this for a long time, as much as I love the Elder Scrolls series and as much as I love card games, and my reason for that is kind of funny, but I'll get to that in a second. But speaking of Magic, this game actually came out before Magic Arena, which is hard to believe. This came out in 2017, but Magic Arena came out in 2018. So I always have this sense that Arena's been out for a lot longer than it has been. I guess maybe I'm confusing it with some other digital Magic game because obviously there've probably been plenty considering how old Magic is, but for some reason I have that perception. So this has actually been out longer than that. And I just saw on the Steam page that generally positive reviews, but mostly people are saying the game is dead. So I wait so long that my first time playing my game is sometimes my last time playing it because it's right when it's about to shut down or go offline or when it is basically dead, like with Crime Side or something. I had this whole format on Saturday just almost to do that, to play games that I feel like are going to go offline or aren't going to be very valuable to play. So there is like this ticking time bomb thing with so many of these online games that's bullshit. Like, there's a shelf life, it's going to go offline or it's going to lose its community. So it makes you feel like, oh yeah, if you like the game and you want to play it, just play it when it's in its peak and in its prime. But how can you fucking do that with every single multiplayer game out there, right? There's way too many, they're way too time consuming. So it just becomes impossible to actually do that. um, what else? Just, it might be dead, which is unfortunate. It's been out maybe a little bit longer than I expect. Oh, yeah, I also thought it was through like a Bethesda launcher, so I don't know if the Bethesda launcher is a thing anymore or if it just gives you the option to do it on Steam, but I don't feel like it was even on Steam. So they maybe changed that later on. Or yeah, maybe everybody hated the Bethesda launcher so much they just said fuck it. And this is my first time using this piece of art for let me show it actually. It's like my only Elder Scrolls related art, and I use it only for the Skyrim Christmas special, basically. So I have this tradition on Thanksgiving. I always do my Red Dead Bounty Hunter series, like where you try to do a permadeath sense, like you go in and you try to get your bounty as high as possible without dying, and if you die, you have to reset and start over. And so that's what I always do on Thanksgiving. Not that I can only play it on Thanksgiving, but that's typically when I do it. And then for Skyrim, it is more strict. Like I do a that's the only game I've or that's the only time I play Skyrim. So in the last like 3 years, I played Skyrim on Christmas 2021, didn't play the rest of the year. Skyrim played on Christmas 2022, didn't play the rest of the year. So it's just turned into something like that. Not because I don't like the game, but quite the opposite. That I could just play it forever and endlessly, and I would do that in the past. Like there's no limit to it. And so yeah, my whole reason for not playing this game, like with a lot of things, or like why I wouldn't have played Elder Scrolls Online, is the simple fact that I have this weird phobia of spoilers, which seems silly. Like you're afraid of spoilers in a fucking card game or like in an MMO or something that you wouldn't think would be an issue. But even the smallest things sometimes mean a lot to me in these series. And it's like, sure, I played Morrowind a little bit, but I haven't beaten it. I haven't gotten enough out of it as I would have wanted. Oblivion, I played like 50 hours to 100 hours, but it's still not nearly enough. Skyrim, I played over 1,000 hours, but still, any minor little thing that a card could spoil, right? Some flavor text, some plot twist, some villain or whatever, right? Like that could still ruin it for me. So that's a very dumb reason that I'm even acknowledging it's stupid to not play games like this. But the way that these games sort of cannibalize lore is very sometimes disturbing. They did that with the Warcraft universe. Like it goes from this very novel, fresh, interesting thing to we need 10 more fucking expansions over 20 years of gameplay. So we're just gonna shit all over our own lore and come up with an expansion based around pandas and like all this random shit. So you can see how it creates that incentive to go from something that feels sort of in. You see that with Star Wars, right? Like there's so many fucking TV shows, there's so many things now. It's like that was never intended, that was never how it was written. It doesn't mean it can't still work or it can't be good, but it's safe to say that'd be a lot of retcons and bullshit, and people just kind of accept it. But there is a sense of that, like I'm sure it's like that with Elder Scrolls Online too. Or what was that other game? It was like for your phone, like a fucking mobile Elder Scrolls game. I mean, this kind of is too, but so let me make an account. Yeah, basically my point with the art was I haven't used this since not that. I haven't used it since Christmas, obviously, which is actually going to be coming up, not too far away from here. Yeah, imagine that, dude. You're going to be paranoid about getting spoiled by flavor text in a fucking card game. The Elder Scroll represents a story set in the world of the Elder Scrolls, open and now to embark on a journey of the forgotten hero. And yeah, it's going to spoil more than just like Skyrim and stuff, because there'll be expansions for every single game or even multiple, because it's been out for a reasonable amount of time. So that is kind of the weird thing about what this format shows, though. It's like I'll be playing a game for the first time in a state where it's already been out for so long and all the expansions are already there, and the game might even be in a near dead state. So I'm not going to hold that against the game to say that, but it might be hard to experience what it would have been like in its prime or whatever. I don't know what kind of draft modes and arenas and stuff would have been in here. Oh yeah, I guess now that on Steam charts, like
the Elder Scrolls show us what was and what yet will be, and they have revealed much to me.
Spare us your stories, old man, unless they can sharpen spears. Our war chief is dying. Our enemies are massing for another attack. We must prepare for battle.
We should go, Kellen. We have the scroll we came for, and this one smells blood in the wind.
Patience, Nog. I have words yet to speak here. Stories can do surprising things, Spear Maiden, whether they are true or not. And this is one you should hear. It comes from the Great War that nearly ended the Empire. It began when the High Elves slaughtered every Imperial blade, calling themselves the New Aldmeri Dominion. They and their allies swept through the land, even capturing the Imperial city itself. The Emperor fled north, leaving Cyrodiil to the invaders. This is the story of a forgotten hero who changed the very course of history.
the map burning up is like my whole immersion of the series going up in flames. Like, oh no, it's gonna fucking spoil every game. And it would make it seem like I've never played the games, but it's hard to explain. Like, I'm sure a lot of people play them like that too. You could play them for thousands of hours and never beat them, right? Like, I never had any intention of beating Skyrim. I just kind of wander around and do random shit. But you can get a lot of value out of them that way, and they're almost made to be done that way. In that sense, you might think you shouldn't even care about the story, but there is a sense of surprise in it, I guess, that you like to see. Like, I never did the Dark Brotherhood quest, or I never did, like, a lot of things still. What else? Oh, yeah, I was thinking about Steam charts. This game had, like, maybe 200 players on Steam charts, and it had, like, 20 people on Twitch watching it. So how is that possible? Like, so somebody's streaming the game, but there's only 200 people playing the game. So, like, that's literally 10% of the player base who's on Twitch. Like, how is that possible? Or, like, let's compare whether this is more dead than PvZ Heroes, because that's actually pretty active, unless everybody you're going up against is a bot. Clan folk of Valenwood are the finest archers in Tamriel, excelling at hunting and dispatching the unwary. As a wood elf, you will more quickly collect cards that prey on weakened foes. Born in the treacherous swamps of Black Marsh, this reptilian race is known for its natural endurance. As an Argonian, you will be more quickly collect cards that reward you for playing a long game. How about mid-range? As a Breton, or the men and women of High Rock are known for their clever spellcraft, which often lets them avoid harm. As a Breton, you will more quickly collect cards that deflect damage. Dark Elf Dunmer are renowned for their magical prowess and their stealth. As a Dark Elf, you will more quickly collect cards that harness the power of the Fallen. High Elf, the Aldmer are one of the longest lived and most intelligent races. They have a natural affinity for spells. The High Elf, you will more quickly collect spell-related cards. That's kind of broad. Like, a lot of the other ones have to do with spells too, but there's specific kinds of spells. The natives of Cyrodiil have proven to be shrewd tacticians and diplomats. As an Imperial, you will more quickly collect cards that build large armies. Khajiit are quick and agile, making some of the most adept. This is at least a different mechanic than in most games. Like, sure, you're choosing like your starter deck, but the way they're presenting it is pretty unique, making them some of the most adept thieves in Tamriel. As a Khajiit, you will more quickly collect cards rewarding you for nimbly attacking your opponent. Hailing from the inhospitable mountains of Skyrim, Nords are fearsome and hardy warriors. As a Nord, you will more quickly... I wonder how much of this stuff was added over time, too. Like, maybe you didn't have this option at the beginning, because I know there was some, like, expansion that probably added Skyrim in later, or certain games or whatever. As a Nord, you will more quickly collect cards rewarding you for relentlessly attacking your foes. This series would almost treat Skyrim like the way that WoW treats, or the Warcraft universe treats the Lich King. Like, Hearthstone is dying and everybody's getting sick of it, and then they pull out of their ass like, oh, now it's another Lich King expansion. Like, what was it called? Just the one that came out at the end of last year. So, like, that revived the whole thing. And so, and the Death Knight class or whatever. So, like, yeah, this game was dying or it was struggling, so they made a Skyrim expansion because everybody loves Skyrim. The people of Roth, Garion, and the Dragontail Mountains are renowned as both craftsmen and berserkers. You'll collect orc cards more quickly, reflecting your ability to lead other orcs into battle. The people of Hammerfell are Tamriel's most talented and resourceful warriors. As a Red Guard, you will more quickly collect weapon-related cards. Okay, so I think I'll go with the... I mean, spell is pretty broad, but I guess I'll do it.
Bring me a warrior with strength and courage. That Nord looks adequate. Bring the mortal forth, and for his opponent, that one.
You know what these games always need is a way to play them in earlier versions, and people always argue like, oh no, that'll split the player base or something, but you know what I mean, like, you play some old expansion or old update or whatever, the way that they almost tried to do with Hearthstone, but like playing classic or whatever, just to kind of see what that would be like. Even if I have to play against bots and doing that, if nobody else is, well, if the game is just dead overall, or at least that mode would be dead. The object of the game is to defeat your opponent. No shit. You do this by playing cards from your deck.
I have a feeling they're going to kill us either way.
You go second.
Reduce your opponent's health to 0 to win.
Of course, this old gain 1 mana per turn thing that's in every game now. I want to see a modern card game that doesn't do that, like where it's just...
Most games have 2 lanes. Creatures can only attack enemy creatures in the same lane.
Okay.
Choose a lane for your scuttler. Place
1, 2, so that'll trade in. Creatures can attack on the turn they enter play, fine.
When creatures fight, they deal damage equal to their power.
So you can ignore it, go face. 3-1. Imagine if you actually only had 10 health in the game, though. That'd be fucking nuts. That's where the tutorials often misrepresent how the game actually works. You can trade into that. That's good. It should be permadeath. Like, if I lose to a tutorial match, I have to stop playing or delete my account. I actually did lose to the tutorial a number of times in Magic. That one pissed me off just because it's so fucking long. Like, it literally took me 4 hours to beat it. And so, okay, maybe it only takes 3 hours if you're not a total clown, but still. Why should it take that fucking long, dude? Let me get my ass beat by real players online so that I feel...
Play heavy battle axe to improve one of your creatures.
So that I feel inclined to, like, you know, buy microtransactions and actually buy packs and, you know, whatever. That's what these games always prey on. Like, let me get beat by a real player so it feels like, oh, I wish I had what they had, so I'll spend money on the game. But you won't even do that. You'll let my ass get beat by the tutorial all day, or just waste my time. It should take no more than like half an hour to an hour, right, before you can actually play against other people. That's my point. I mean, you could just go phase. I don't see why. So now what happens? Does that mean... Well, you can't really block anyway, so you could just keep going phase the whole time until they introduce taunts and stuff as a mechanic. But no, like Yu-Gi-Oh! Old school stuff I was talking about, like you know, games that didn't have any sort of resource generation, you would just
We work together, we might have a chance.
you could just play whatever you want within the cost structure, and you have to sacrifice stuff. But that sort of card game model has been lost, it feels like, a little bit. I forget how Duelist works. I think you still do gain like 1 resource per turn. When Fiery Imp attacks, deal 2 damage to your opponent. Balinwood Huntsman. I guess most of the stuff is pretty generic, like where it's not really spoiling anything, but once you start getting into the legendaries or something, that is one of my weird tendencies. Like, nobody else would ever say that. They wouldn't give a shit. Like, oh, just play it, or they would have just, you know, played the games to their satisfaction, where they wouldn't feel like it's, oh, look at this. They're even showing. Play story mode to unlock lots of other features. Or no, I thought it was saying they are unlocked, so that was all the tutorial was. Daily quest, solo and versus play arena, practice mode, ranked play, and more. Or like, you go through all this to only realize...
One of the blades. 2 of us, a dozen of them. It's almost a fair fight.
You go through all this only to realize, oh, the game is dead, so I just did the tutorial for nothing, or something. Or even just like you don't like the game, let's say. Magicka, Shadow Lane, summon abilities, actions. Okay. Oh, so is one of the lanes always going to be like for stealth stuff, or you can't see what they play? Just stream snipe them instead. Fuck. In this match, you will learn about Shadow Lane, Magicka, summon abilities, and actions. Creatures entering gain cover and can't be attacked. Oh, maybe you can still see them, but...
You will use Magicka to play your card.
Yeah, because we totally weren't doing that last game. Oh, was I interrupted what he was saying?
They will die in the name of she who erases.
When it attacks, deal 2 damage to your opponent.
Your Magicka increases by 1 each turn.
But you do have the temptation to just go face, because you don't have to worry about anything. 2-1, 3-2, 2-2. Other friendly creatures have +1, +0. So let's just do that and go face. Or sometimes these tutorial things are done in such a scripted way that, like, I'll just ignore what it's telling me to do and, like, fuck it, I can just do whatever I want. But then it'll force you to have to do it a very specific way otherwise. So this 2-lane system is kind of interesting, for sure. That is a bit unique. I wonder if these lanes sort of change. Like, there'll be different... But they can't really do that on a consistent level. But, like, in different modes, like, one lane is a charge lane, where as soon as you play something, it can attack right away. Or one lane is a taunt lane, where everything in there has to be killed before you, you know, before you... can hit face and stuff like that. So that could... Wait, what? He even said... Oh, he probably meant one of those. What the fuck? I'm just stacking up this lane really hard to see what that would look like. This game is actually better than Magic in the sense of presentation. Look at this. This is a game that didn't do as well as Magic Arena, evidently, and it's maybe dying out or whatever. But they still bothered to voice act. They still bother to voice act every single card, or at least maybe the ones in the tutorial here, but Magic didn't do that. That's so stupid. Deal 3. Should just be able to finish him off. Perfect lethal, honorable kill. Like, clearly Magic could afford to do that. They only voice like the planeswalkers. Not even your hero gets voiced like your avatar. Don't tell me this is gonna take the whole time, because I don't even have that much time these days, so we will just actually do the tutorial.
I'm guessing that's Reed.
These mortals must not be allowed to reveal Lord Narathan's plans. Destroy them.
Dark Omens. Ring of Magicka, Guard, Ruins, Prophecy, Supports. Yeah, that's one card game I would never play is Gwent, because I haven't played any of the Witcher games, so that's a pretty fair... At least that's different, because I haven't played them at all. Or I just played Witcher 1 up until my first playthrough permadeath ended on the fucking dogs. That was like a 20-hour playthrough, apparently, according to my Steam or whatever. Some of it I was AFK, obviously, but it was like 20 hours of play, and I didn't get past like even the very beginning of the game because I was playing like a pure story game where like I was talking to every NPC in great detail, reading all the flavor text, everything. That was so crazy. Like, it is very worthy of being called a story game because you can do that. There's so much shit to read. In this match, you will learn, like most games, you go through an experience. Like, oh, I went to an area and now it'll give me an entry in my journal for flavor text. That game starts with like 5 hours worth of flavor text already in your menu, and then it keeps getting updated and added later. Like, that's very unusual. You will learn about Ring of Magic creatures with guard, player runes, prophecy, support cards. Your opponent comes to battle with defenses ready. Oh, cool. So they're cheating. Nice. Like, you can't fucking do that.
You start the game with a Ring of Magicka. Select it when you want to use it for a temporary Magicka boost.
Is it like a coin, or why does it, free uses 3? Oh, wow. That's actually quite strong, though. Compare that to the Hearthstone coin. You can only use it once. Give a creature +2/+0. I mean, I guess you could do it. Let's just ignore their lane every time and just go full face on the other side. Although this one, you won't be able to do that.
You will lose a rune.
Oh, here we go. This is going to be like the block meter. All these mechanics that reward you for losing.
Guards must be destroyed before you can attack other enemies in their lane.
How he's loading up this. I don't know actually how many you can fit there. Is it going to shrink like in Magic? Where it makes it seem like that's the limit, but then it just keeps going. Give a creature +0/+2. Could be a mistake to, you know, to completely ignore the other side, but whatever. Now, would that mean that I can hit these? Like, this prevents you from hitting face. No, it protects them too. Okay. This is Vile. Yeah, see, most of the stuff is generic, so I guess you don't have to worry about it for now. Whiterun Trooper, Imperial Legionnaire. A lot of this stuff does seem almost Skyrim influenced. Kill this, kill this, kill this. We do have to worry a little bit about our health, I guess, if he buffs those or something. Deal 3 damage. He is going to go face.
You draw a card.
You put a guard in the other lane, but I'm still of the mindset that I almost might not do that.
When you lose a rune, you may play it for free. Drag the Grotwood Ambusher to a lane.
I can already tell you I don't like some of these mechanics because it's so fucking stupid how, again, it's basically rewarding you for taking damage and for losing. The exact same thing I hated so much in the fucking PvZ Heroes. Oh, whoops, I could have attacked with that too. It's almost like I knew that was going to happen because I was just ignoring the 1 health things, but I'm just...
Support cards once played are permanent and provide ongoing benefits.
Friendly creatures have +1/+1, just everything. Okay. You have to do that. I am getting pretty low, but he should just be dead. Just cuts him off. I didn't even do anything. Or maybe I inadvertently clicked somewhere on the board. Will you please just let me play against other people, if there even are other people to play against? Like, episode rewards. Summon, give a creature. I like the way they present this stuff, though. It does feel more tactile than just opening up a pack. You've unlocked solo arena play. This gives you the first entry. What does that mean, solo arena? Like by myself against AI, or just... I guess it would have to mean that. Why would that be any... Oh, is that what they tried to do with this game? Like make it like a single player somehow? Like an enjoyable single player experience? That would be kind of weird, but it would be good in a state like this, maybe. Okay, and Kano's Calling, who is the fucking dude in Winterhold. College of Winterhold, obviously. So yeah, Skyrim set. Was that like the most recent expansion or what?
Just one to purchase a card pack.
What if I don't want to? 6 random cards each, okay. 1 rare or better. Can't even handle it because it doesn't expect that anybody's actually playing. We're overloading the server. Fearless Northlander, Nord Firebrand, Bruma Profiteer, East March Crusader. I don't know, it's not as flavorful as I would have thought, though, where things feel a little bit more specific or detailed. Micro Singleton Gauntlet. You've completed 3 battle trials. Congratulations. Unlock story mode. Continue playing the single player campaign. Receive more tips, tricks. Unlock new content. Arena mode, casual play, rank play, and more. So does that mean I can just play against other people? Because that's all I really care about. Completing quests can earn you rewards. Yeah. Do daily quests in a game that you're only going to play once for now, at least. I could make a series out of it, but I think it'll be... maybe I'm reading too much into the fact that it might not have a very budding player base, but what it might lead to is that the only people who are playing have played the game a lot and are like, you know, really tryhards and stuff. So at this low rank, you won't really have a genuine experience because it's like there aren't going to be like an influx of really a lot of new players, basically. That was close. Thank you, my friend. I couldn't have done that without you. It seems like you're bound to more bloodshed. Okay. We basically just have that on Kano's deck and then register for Bethesda Net account for complete game access. Save your progress across devices. 3 free card packs. Reserve your name. Oh yeah, it didn't really ask me to do that. I may as well do it, I guess. And then we'll use that to play Fallout 76 or some dumb shit like that before that goes offline too. Already getting like pay to win benefits. Wow, we signed up for an account and we get 3 free packs. I won't even open those out of a sense of respect or something. So let's see what other modes there are, or maybe I don't care if I can just solo play, stories, puzzles, and more. Versus play, play against an opponent, quick play, continue. Okay, I don't want to do that. So what does it mean solo play there though? Like, why would this be something you would want to do?
In the arena, you set aside your collection to battle using an army of cards you recruit. Use your arena ticket to enter your first arena.
Fight for glory in the pure Imperial Arena and defeat as many opponents as you can before being defeated 3 times. Then why is it solo? Like, who would want to do that? What would be the fun in it? There must be something... I guess I could try it, but I'd rather do it against other people. Oh, here we go. Reward track type bullshit. Let me actually look maybe at the history of the game. Like, what were the expansions of this game? Elder Scrolls Legend expansions. Did they maybe just stop doing them, or... Expansion stats. Okay, let's look. 2017, the game came out, followed the Dark Brotherhood. Then in June, they did Heroes of Skyrim. So again, they pulled that one out pretty quick. Return to Clockwork City at the end of 2017. Then April 2018, Houses of Morrowind. January 24th, 2019, Isle of Madness. Then April, they did Alliance War. So it seems like every 6 months, or no, sometimes it's every 2 to 3 months. April to June seems kind of short of a window. Moons of Elsewhere, and then Jaws of Oblivion. October 8, and then they just stopped. October 8, 2019. So what happened after that? In December 2019, they announced that they halted development on it for the foreseeable future, which includes the development of client and expansion sets for the game. They will continue to offer the game for download, maintain servers, continue to engage the community, events and special promotions. Game launched in Asia in March 2020, but the Asian server was shut down soon after. Wait, it writes this. I guess you can't see it, but the next sentence is just, but the server was shut down. And why would they release it after the game has already ditched development? Like, oh, we're not going to add any more expansion. So it's been off for a while of them doing that. I didn't actually know that. While the game is free to play, expansion sets featuring different themes are available for purchase. Okay, let's just play online. Like, who cares about anything else? Casual play, climb the ladder versus arena. Let's see what kind of tryhard we get matched up against, or let's see that it takes an hour to find a match. Completing the solo campaign is recommended. I don't give a shit, dude. Or wait, I thought the only one I had was... Or let's do like some sort of rotation. I'll play as each one until I lose. So we'll do this and whatever. Argonians revere a race of sentient trees in the Black Marsh known as... You can replay completed story chapters for fun, but you won't earn any rewards. Estimated wait time is only 20 seconds. But that means it'll do the old PvZ thing. Like, oh, you're going to get matched up against some rank 40. Or whatever. Like, just somebody diamond tier. Like, where would it actually show what rank they are? Is that the rank? I don't even know. Use the cards to replace. Give other friendly creatures... Okay, just go by curve, I guess. I'm actually fine with that. We'll just miss out on a turn 2 play, but because I have the coin, I'll still be able to do it. Let's see. Give a creature +2/+0. What is this? Get both wax and wane effects this turn. Use once per turn. Bonus effect: wax on odd turns, wane on even turns. I don't know what that means though. Still, it doesn't actually tell you just based on that. Okay, we can put a taunt here and just yeah, I guess we're still playing on curve. So let's just do it for now. Go face. You have 30 health like good old Hearthstone. You have 5 of the runes here in actual play. Or maybe some of these people are going to be bots, but I somehow doubt that. Then again, or maybe it doesn't show all that. Like, some people are playing on the Bethesda launcher, so maybe it doesn't count as Steam, so I can't judge it just entirely by that either. Deal 3 damage is kind of pointless. Why don't we do this now and just overload this one side? But I'm going to get punished by an AoE pretty hard. An AoE that I don't know exists because we haven't seen one yet.
Don't count me out yet.
Going to be a legendary card? What the fuck? Imperial, summon a 2/2 Imperial Soldier for each friendly support. When you summon a support, gain a 2/2. We could just go ahead and maybe use this. And then gain +3/+0, or I can't even do it. Let's try to load up the other side a little bit. Give it 2 health so we could trade in here pretty well. Trade in, go phase. I do appreciate the voice acting though, for sure. Or the way people might defend that is, oh, Magic has so many cards, like 10,000, so how could they possibly keep up with that? But obviously, at the beginning, they could have always started with that as an intention, and then I don't know how many had it release. Summon a support of your choice from your deck with cost less than Worldly Wanderer's Power. Give other friendly creatures in this lane +1/+1 if the top card of your deck is whatever that is. I'm gonna summon +3 and breakthrough if the top card in your deck is something else. I guess I could just play both of those though, so we'll have to get one or the other effect.
The day shall be ours. Steadfast, brothers.
Wait, I did that totally the wrong way though. Fuck, I should have. Fine.
Weakling scheme for the Empire. Face me, you scheming horker.
Whatever.
I will destroy you.
Or wait, why? Stand fast. Wait, why was that able to attack instantly?
The 9 inspire.
Or no, that was the one I summoned. Never mind. They should have almost made this Fog of War, though, if it's going to be the Shadow Lane. Like, it should be where you can't see what your opponent summons until it's too late, basically. Summon everything now. We're going to lose in top deck mode. Pretty low. Let's see what kind of healing and crazy shit he has going on here. Yeah, I'm sure this would have been fun back in the day. And I'd say the same thing about... I might do that next week for my Saturday format, in fact. Like, fuck's sake, I even called the heal. Okay, dude. Elder Scrolls Online, and so I would have the same reservation about it there. Your discard pile. I mean, I obviously can't keep up with their value. Other creatures in this lane have +1/+0. I mean, could you like trade in and then do it? Like, how did the battle phases work like that?
I'll send your soul to Savagar.
I guess you can, yeah. Finish that off. This is not going to matter because they're going to have too much healing and lifesteal and this kind of bullshit. And of course, I'm just burning out of cards. The ultimate telltale sign of a low value bad deck, which of course is to be expected. They're not even trying to go face at all. Yeah, I'm sure this guy's a new player, by the way. I don't even care if he isn't, but it's like, this is what the matchmaking would be like, because you can't really be too choosy with whoever's there. You just have to deal with it. Golden Saint. Summon, if you have more health than your opponent, summon a Golden Saint in the other lane. Okay. This should be a pretty good time to do it. Deal 3 damage. We may as well get rid of that lifesteal annoying check.
I have my orders.
They are still pretty low. I mean, that was a pretty impactful play. I do like that card. 6 mana for an 8/8, basically, with guard in both lanes, effectively. Wax, +1/+0, and trigger the wax of each non-rebellion general-friendly creature. Wane, +0/+1, trigger the wane of each non-friendly creature.
Size alone belies this one's power.
For this whole attacking style is different than most games in the sense that you can either go face or attack minions. Most games either force one or the other. Like Magic, you can't attack minions, or you know, you can only attack face and they can choose to block or not. Or Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Pokemon stuff, you have to attack the minions first to get to the face. So it's like everything has taunt. So only this game and Hearthstone are really like that, where you can either choose, off the top of my head, where you can choose either one to do. Okay, look, we get it. If you have more health than your opponent, draw 2 cards. I mean, I still have the ability to do that. This is charge. It's not going to be very good, though. 2 attack.
I'm ready for anything.
Don't have enough magic. It is interesting how they let you do the coin basically 3 times, though. That's a lot for just going second. And then you get to draw for a certain amount of damage that you take every 5. Which I don't know how that works entirely with healing. Is it like at every 5 threshold? Or is it like at, you know, like you have to get to 20 health? Or I don't know if you can overheal either. I would like to see what the draft mode is like, but in fact, that's a better thing to do when you first start playing one of these games, because your collection is obviously not going to be very good. Summon a creature, or I mean, give a creature +2/+2 in guard.
By Stone's iron shield.
I mean, again, you can just tell by their hand alone. Or this is that unusual mechanic, too, that you can go over 10 mana. This game has more in common with PvZ heroes than I would have ever imagined. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but okay, we're obviously going to lose, so it's okay.
By your command, you can't win.
Can't even do anything. All this lifesteal stuff is stupid. Drain guard. It's amazing all the different keywords they come up with for the same effect. Really, they don't want to say it's called lifesteal or whatever, lifelink, like other games, so they want to come up with their own. Drain. Enemies must attack this. Or do some emotes or something just to show that you're actually, oh, they're not going to actually voice act that part. As much I was praising oh no, they did. I doubted myself and then I corrected myself again.
Soar through the stars in month-long seasons that earn you rewards.
Yeah, I'll be the best player in this game because I'll be the only one actually playing. Wood elves like to prey on wounded enemy creatures. Or it'd be amazing that it even is active after they gave up support that long ago, 4 years ago. That's kind of crazy. That might have been when I played it the first time, but that was only like 2 years into the game. How could that be correct? Wait a second. Let me read that again. In December 2019, but the game came out in April 2017. So how the fuck did it die out that quickly that they would just give up support for it? That's stupid. Or you know what I would do is just like say it's staggered. Like, okay, we'll only do one expansion per year instead of every couple of months or something. Don't just do it like where you don't do anything. So that shows you they must have had no plan. Like when they did the last expansion, that was it. They had no other ideas in storage or that they were holding back. So get rid of this. Get rid of this. Summon a 5/5 Frost Atronach with guard. Give a creature -4/-0 this turn. Dark Elf Guess. Is that just because you didn't make an account? Perfect. The Forgotten Hero. What does that mean? Perfect. Rank 9. I mean, that's at least reasonable. Yeah, I don't know what the story with the Bethesda launcher is, though, actually, because... Wait, what is this? Give a creature ward. Fine. You know what's weird? As much as I love card games, I never feel like... Does this game have no noise? Oh, is it not working? It's kind of quiet, but... Or like when I tab out, it doesn't play it. Or there must be a setting for that. Play music in background. I should try that. Yeah, play sound in background. As much as I love card games, I never feel bothered by the fact of like... Deal 2 damage to your creature. I mean, I guess I could do it. You know, if I'm getting my ass beat here. Wait, what? I didn't know that. Guards must be attacked. Okay. Or wait. I don't know what the hell happened that whole turn. Or that was ward, obviously, but... I never feel bothered by, like, losing or getting my ass beat if I feel like the means are completely different. Like, of course, these people are going to have better decks and know what they're doing more. So it doesn't bother me. Right, I can still enjoy that experience. Like, I could lose with the Renounced Darkness in Hearthstone and still have fun, or I could win with a Legend Caliber deck and not have fun. So I'm looking at it very objectively in terms of the resources that we both have available, or that we're using. Breakthrough, deal 5 damage. Your actions have breakthrough. Excess damage is dealt to the opponent. We don't have anything we could play for 4 either, so I'm basically just waiting. Every muscle in your body hurts. Why? Yeah, this is my whole point with that. Like, I'd rather play online against other people and lose than to play against bots and win, right? Like, it doesn't bother me that I'm getting farmed here. Which is why I sort of have this quasi ability to never buy microtransactions, because I don't care. I feel like I want to work my way up. I want to earn stuff. I want to, you know, work towards something. So it's okay if you're bad at the beginning. You should be bad. You don't want to just start off and have all the best cards anyway. Assuming you would play it for a long time, which with this I probably won't, but... Played cricket all day? Oh, nice. I haven't played a sport in real life in a long time, actually. I always used to make fun. Like, why would anybody play a sports video game? Just go out and play the sport for real. But then, meanwhile, I've played NBA 2K games collectively like over 1,000 hours. It's obviously not exactly the same, but yeah, speaking of not buying microtransactions, that's one series that I avoid doing that in, despite how insidious it can be in a game like that. What did I used to play? Like, I don't know, just whatever, sometimes basketball or track and field or something. Not a lot, really, but... I don't know how to swim, actually. Let's see. Sacrifice a creature to summon a copy of it. Let's go ahead and do this. And Prophecy, destroy a creature. This is... Summon another creature disappears and then returns at the end of the turn. Doesn't really do anything for me. Any out of school competitions? Not really, no. Oh, that's a pretty cool card back. You can't really zoom in on it or anything though.
Die, eggless one.
Just you can cost something attack. You could just destroy a creature. I mean, I don't see why not. Like, what else am I doing? And even if we get Ancano out there, he's not going to be that good. But yeah, this is kind of a game that doesn't have phases. You can just kind of do anything at any time during your turn. It's never too late to start. I mean, I guess, but I don't really have any interest. I would rather do an esport or something like that. Deal 4 damage. Okay, that's pretty good, actually, right? Wow, that sure reminds me of a mechanic that I shit all over. And this game came out after. Man, I can't believe that game is that old either.
Perhaps we need to adjust our
PvZ Heroes came out in 2016, so that was before Arena, and that was before this. Like, how? And why? They sure capitalized on that. They need a PvZ MMO now. So Calm could be good later. After you play an action, Crystal Tower Crafter gains +1/+1. Let's just sort of stack this side up, or back on enemy creature. Or wait, what? Just because I'm being so slow, I guess? That's no fun, though. My first win against another person is going to be just by them conceding when they probably would have still won. I'm literally using like a starter deck. Like, what do you... Well, maybe they are too, but I doubt it. Maybe I'll just go with this until I lose, and then I'll try like a draft of some kind. Even if it's... Wait, can I even do a multiplayer draft? Solo play, quick play, continue ranked versus play, versus arena. Aw, come, give me a fucking break. I guess I could try the solo one. So yeah, let's just do it like that. I'll play as this until we lose. The guy in my seniors team who started playing when he was 40. Oh, nice. Yeah, it's just not something that really interests me much. Like, I'm not really too athletic. I don't really work out. I don't really care too much about... In fact, I've always been in pretty reasonable shape considering how little I really care about it. Like, I don't really eat well. I don't really work out, but I'm still not in bad health. It's just like I eat fast food mostly, as most people probably know. You probably shouldn't do that, but I somehow escape it. I'm going to see, hey, you asked me that before, too. A reasonable amount. Like, I'm not overweight, I'm not underweight, I'm just kind of in the middle. You need to home cook. Yeah, I on one hand I don't know how to, and on the other hand I'm too lazy to. So he always tells me to do things that are so mundane, like get a pet, learn how to cook, like all these things that I wouldn't do, that I'm too lazy to do. That doesn't help. Level 3, Brotherhood Assassins into your deck. Oh no, they're spoiling the Dark Brotherhood. I better stop playing right now. Deal 2 damage to your creature, fine. The stuff with guard, you can't kill with spells? Like, what kind of mechanic is that? Where does it even say that? Enemies must attack this. You may play this for free when drawn from Rune Loss. Prophecy guard. So those are the two bad mechanics. It's like when you take damage, you draw a card, and then something else that I already just forgot what I was going to say. When it takes damage from a creature, it deals damage back to that creature. Okay. You could just use this. I'm not really getting any minions that I can play here. This is a pretty sick background, too. Why? What? Why I'm too lazy to cook? I mean, I think that explains itself, because I'm too lazy. Deal 2 damage, deal 4 damage. I mean, I guess. There's not really much else going on here. Gonna be like a hard troll removal deck, like what Bame was using against me yesterday in PvZ. Just only tricks. He just had like a million removal cards and nothing else in there. I mean, I just don't want to do it, I guess. I don't know. I'm spoiled by the modern convenience of fast food, which can get a little expensive, but I guess I make it last, so I don't really feel too bad. You're 28. I mean, that has nothing to do with it. Like, either you know or you don't. It doesn't matter how old you are. Give a creature +1/+0 and another friendly creature gain power. It also gains that much power. There's really not much I can do about it.
Shall we begin?
He's rank 9 also, but we just beat a rank 9. This is going to be another weird flex moment. Like I'm going to beat a rank 6 with a new free-to-play account. Okay. I mean, the point is their cards and decks are going to be better than mine, but I still have a chance to win because I'm something of a card game expert, of course. Or these people are ultimately just bots. There isn't jack shit I can do. A friendly creature disappears. Like, how about, I know this is a spell-based deck, but how about some fucking minions that I can actually play? The only one I'm going to get is like Ancano himself. I don't know how many legendaries you can have, if you can play 2 in the same lane, if you can like, I don't know, anything about it.
No one bests me.
Give creatures in deck +1/+1. I do like that effect, but it might be a little bit too late.
Soldiers.
I am going to have to do something to get rid of this guy, which I don't know what that's going to be. It is very fast-paced with the animations, though, which I do like. Even this presentation is not as good as some games. Even like PvZ, where you're able to basically,
Time to take matters into my own hands.
you know, they don't feel like cards. They just feel like heal 4. I mean, actually, that's probably pretty important because I have to finish it off pretty quickly. Would that mean I could do these like on their turn if I had the extra mana to be able to do it? Give a creature -4. Okay. Do I have like 2 things I can do that with? Put a fire bolt into your hand if the top card of your deck is something.
Let's shed some light
Please.
on the problem.
Okay, pretty good. So we can take out both of these fuckers. Pretty good value turn. Do I have something else I can play? When you summon a creature, oh, I should have done that first. Misplay.
Have been made.
You look at the cards in our hand, that actually feels pretty even, but I'm sure it's not going to stay that way.
This might do in a pinch.
Holy shit. You're going all in on that, assuming I don't have a way to remove it, which I probably don't. Deal 1 damage, gain 1 health, and draw a card. For 3, though? Give a creature -4/-0. I mean, this would still trade in, though, for what it's worth. A friendly creature disappears who knows where, and then returns in another lane shackled. Sacrifice a creature, summon a copy of it. I guess you could just do that.
Might prove useful.
Give -4/-0. Doesn't really matter, though. Deal 1 damage. I'll just wait.
Foil my plan.
So health-wise, it's fine. We're deliberately not doing damage to him, so he doesn't get the rune bonus.
You are no
At least I reserved my username for the Bethesda.net thing, even though I don't know if this interchanges with other games or what other games it would even matter with. I'm sure this wasn't on Steam before. I would have seen it at some point. Prophecy, put a firebolt in your hand. So, I mean, I can kill that. That shouldn't be a problem. But I'm very close to dying, and I don't see what I can do. Deal 3 damage to all creatures without include my own. Not really much I can do about this stupid 3/8. So if he just buffs it or has way to deal 1 damage to me, there's nothing I can do at all. So
profit from your
let's hope for the best, I guess. Or you know what? Why don't we just do that to be absolutely sure that we can't die to it? I don't know what the point of that shackle thing would be right now. Have I looked at Discord? Not today. I will.
We must protect our stronghold.
I've really been deciding like what to play. Oh fuck! At the last minute, these last couple weeks. Like I had no idea going into today, and for some reason I just thought of this. I'm sort of running out almost of ideas. So let's try to mess around with the draft mode, I guess. The Milo pictures. Let me see. Some kind of a chocolate Nesquik-esque drink. Quick place. I wish I could do it against other people, but I may be too lazy to even... It's interesting how they present it like that, though. Why would I want to do a solo arena if... Doesn't that defeat the whole purpose? I'm not saying it can't still be fun, but... Archer, warrior, monk. Let's do a warrior, or it's kind of not letting me do it. What? Oh, here.
presenting the warrior.
I do like that. Wait, what is that voice from? Is that the one from the arena in Oblivion, or what is? It's so familiar, but I actually forget. I think it is because I did that Arena Master Series in Oblivion, like where it's a permadeath context. I should do that again one day. It's permadeath, and all you have to do is keep doing the arena like once per in-game week. So, like the rest of the time, you're just saving up materials, and I would like save up gems for my staff and stuff to be able to recharge it and whatever. And so, if you die, obviously the whole character's over. But those arena matches could sometimes get very intense. Strength overpowers enemies with brute force. Endurance overwhelms the enemy with sheer size and staying power. At least the tutorial wasn't too bad, although it is still restricting me from doing other stuff. Wrathwood Ambusher. At the start of your turn, heal another random friendly creature. Like all the way or by how much? When you summon another creature in this lane, give it ward. That's actually very good. Deal 1 damage to all. I mean, that's pretty good too. If that effect works the way I'm supposing, it could be very strong though.
And continue picking until you've made your deck.
Yeah, this is a casual draft system like Hearthstone, not like Magic where you have like 50 different cards to choose from and you're on a timer and you're competing against other people and it has all these other considerations with it. Yeah, let's see what he's showing me. Milo. I don't feel like the good stuff. I don't feel like it's something you could find very easily here, though. Like, there are other things that are going to serve the same purpose, but... I wonder how they'd really simulate this effect, though, of playing against... Yeah, that's the container of it. Guard, last gasp, gain max magicka equal to determined supplier's power. That could be very strong. Oh, fuck, I didn't mean to just take it, though. Horned Helm, +2/+3, kind of boring. +2/+2 if you have an item in play. 6 mana, 5/5. Summon a 1/1 Risen Dead Guard with whatever in each lane. Fighters Guild Berserker. Deal 2 damage to your opponent. 4/2. Heal a creature. Yeah, let's make it more about healing for whatever reason, even though we're a warrior and that's not what you would associate with it. Summon Invade. Upgrade your highest level Oblivion Gate. If you don't have one, summon one in the right lane. But then I still don't know what an Oblivion Gate does. 3/1, 3 mana. If you have another creature in each lane, gain +1 max magicka. Give a creature +0/+2 in guard. 2 mana, 2/1. 3 mana, 3/1. I feel like this can... You know what? Let's just do that because I want to see what the portal is about. I haven't seen the Oblivion Gates in the actual Oblivion game because I haven't gotten that far in the game ever, despite playing it for, again, like 100 hours. It's a perfect combination for me because, again, those games might be made in such a way to encourage you to play like that, like to take your time and just get lost in the world. But I do that anyway in every game I play, even if it's like a linear game, even if it's like a story game. And so that's why I like the idea of some of those story games that I stream, like Danganronpa or Phoenix Wright or something. It's like I'll literally sit there for like an hour going through my theories and stuff in my head or whatever verbally. So you might think like, oh, you wouldn't do that in real life, but I kind of would. It might not take as long because it's obviously faster to think than it is to say it, but that is unironically what I would do. I would get like super into it. Deal 1 damage to all creatures in this lane. Ever played Stray? No, I haven't. 1 damage to all creatures in this lane. Summon, draw a card, put a random item in your hand. This guy's very weirdly statted though. This is kind of simpler. Transform a creature into a random creature. Wabbajack, of course. Breakthrough. Players can't... I mean, that's just kind of fun. So just do it on your own shitty thing too, and hope it becomes better. I could... Yeah, what is it? There's so many games I haven't played that I have to get around to. Hey, it's a 2022 adventure game. Why is that the first thing that comes up in such a conspicuous way? Like, $29.99. What is it, though? Lost, alone, and separated from family, a stray cat must entangle an ancient mystery to escape a long-forgotten cyber city and find their way home. I've never heard of that. Give you ideas? Yeah, sure. You gave me that other one, too. I keep forgetting the name. For you, it was free. Really? Why? Something, the moon, I wrote it down. Yeah, let me write these down. So we have Stray. We have, what was the other game? I forgot. Deliver Us to the Moon, right? I just type in the word Stray and that pops up, right? I didn't type in Stray game. Like, there could be a movie called that. There could be so many other things to do with just a generic word. I like how conspicuous that is. Okay, 9 mana, 8/8, Night Town Lord. Summon the slain creature. What do you mean? Play. Bonus effect when this destroys another creature on your turn. Oh, you summon it back for yourself. I'll do the Wabbajack just because it's kind of fun, but consume a creature to gain +0/+. So even in a game where I'm complaining like, oh, it might be dead or, you know, whatever, it might be close to dying out, I'm choosing to instead do a draft that I'm going to play by myself. Which, again, it could still be fun, but maybe I'll do one of these and then I'll do one actual draft. Or I'll at least try to start them. It doesn't mean I'll do the whole thing. Silence another creature. That's like the first silence that we've seen. Consume a creature. Like, what does that have to do with him, though? Like, what? He's just hungry and he's going to cannibalize something? Why is that? It's just a regular guy. It should be like some sort of creature that's going to eat it. Prophecy Guard. Let's actually do that. The Spider-Man games, Ratchet and Clank, Rift Apart. The Spider-Man games, Death Stranding, Red Dead 2, Spyro. I mean, before I do Red Dead 2, I'd have to do Red Dead 1, though. I did do Detroit, actually. I should upload that to YouTube. There's so many series I haven't... I actually liked that a lot more than people said I would. A lot of people were saying it's not that good, but I liked it. +2/+2, Slay +1. Every time you kill something, bonus effect when it destroys a creature on your turn. God of War, yeah, out of all those games he just listed, which are pretty mainstream and well-known, I haven't played a single one besides... I played Spider-Man 2 on the GameCube, but other than that, I've never played another Spider-Man game. And Detroit, those are the only two. Gain max magicka equal to its power. I don't understand this effect, but... Brain Guard. 2/3, +1/+1 for each other friendly creature, +3/+0, or you don't have to worry about the draft resetting because there is no other expansion that's going to come out, so this will just sit there forever. Silence 2 creatures, put a heavy battle axe. You know, that probably is pretty good. Be back, okay. So +1 for each enemy creature in this lane. That's pretty good. Breakthrough, when imbued Minotaur is consumed, give the consuming creature +1/+1 in Breakthrough. Discard the top 3 cards of your deck. Something of the dark arts. That's the Harry Potter meme where the dark art teacher is always a fucking dark magic user themselves and a villain. At the start of your turn, set each friendly creature's power equal to the power of your most powerful creature. Set each friendly creature's power equal to the power. Oh, that's actually an amazing card. Especially for my style of mid-range stuff where you should have a lot of strong stuff out there. 5 mana, 5/4 guard, charge guard. +0/+2 in guard if the top deck. I don't like these if effects though. +2/+2 if you have another orc. Beast form +1/+1 in drain. Charge changes into a werewolf when an enemy rune is destroyed. Well, that's very random though. This could be okay anyway, like... Whatever, even if you don't get the effect. Prophecy Guard. I wonder how much variety in these drafts are really going to be, because this should be every card in the history of the game, or like the most recent expansion, or whatever. This is not very well statted. Heal a creature. We have a lot of healing stuff. Emperor's Attendant. This was supposed to be a warrior deck, so why the fuck is that a thing? You have a creature in your hand, power and health equal to the Emperor's Attendant's power. Charge Guard. +3/+3, not really worth it. Rahad Horseman. Breakthrough while equipped with an item. Regenerate. Yeah, in other words, every single card in Magic the Gathering history, because that's the effect. Heals at the start of your turn. They just always do that. What a crazy idea. Widow Daedra. That looks actually pretty sick. When an enemy rune is destroyed, invade. +4/+1. +2/+2 if you have another orc. 8 mana, 5/5 charge. Is that really worth it, though? Doesn't seem like it to me, but I'll just do it. +2/+2. When you summon a creature, another creature with 5 or more health, you give a +1/+1 in guard. It's actually not badly statted themselves either. We need like a 6 cost card here. Regenerate, guard, pretty good actually. Invade. Again, I don't know what the Oblivion Gates do, but I could have 2 of them. Summon 1. Oh no, summon 1 only in the right lane. Upgrade your highest level Oblivion Gate. I don't want to go for that synergy if I don't even know what the Oblivion Gate does, though. Probably just summon more demons. It'll be about as exciting as Sargeras' effect, where it summons 2/3/2 imps or something stupid. Draw a spirit or skeleton creature, don't care. Ward, when its ward is broken, double its power. Silence a creature, deal 1 damage to it. Summon, give a creature +1/+0 when another creature gains power. Yeah, that can be good to keep around. Remora, Archer, deal damage equal to its power. Heal a creature and give it immune. Like, all the heals are not specific amounts. They're just, like, fully heal them. Ward, 2 mana, 2/2, +0/+6. Heal a creature, then give a +1/+1. Or speaking of those Skyrim Christmas specials that I'm talking about, like how I only play it on Skyrim in the whole year, or only on Christmas in the whole year. I'll spend like the first hour just going through my fucking inventory and like, you know, what set of gear do I want to use and what playstyle do I want to go for? And then it's like a permanent session, which means it doesn't end even if I die, or it's obviously not like I'm going to delete my character if I die. But if I die, I have to restart at the beginning of the experience, like where the save was left off from last year. So basically, I won't make any progress ever unless I don't die, or I'll only make as much progress from when I last died to when the episode ends. It's like a weird hybrid permadeath format, because obviously you're not going to do it for real permadeath. Like, I played over 1,000 hours and I'm just going to delete my character because of something stupid. Heal a creature again. How many of these do we have, dude? Yeah, I don't know whether you can play stuff like that on your opponent's turn, actually, because I normally don't have enough mana to even test that. Deal 2 damage. If this would kill it, banish it. Last cast, draw a card, increase the cost by 1. Battle an enemy creature. When it takes damage, he deals that much to you. Unsummon a creature, reduces cost by 3. Unsummon a creature. Return a card from play to its owner's hand. That's pretty good for them to use against them. Prophecy, guard. Prophecy, gain 2 health. Lethal. Okay. Prophecy, guard. +1/+1 for each enemy creature in this lane. That could be good. Give a creature +1/+1. I guess I don't mind that, though. Betray. Give top 3 creatures in deck +1/+1. When a creature takes damage on your turn, give a +2/+0. At the start of your turn, deal 1 damage to another friendly creature and give a +2/+0. Look at top 3 creatures +1/+1.
9 enemies await you. The boss must be faced last, but you can take on the others in any order you choose. Pick an enemy to begin.
Yeah, let's just do one of them, and then, you know, we'll try to do one in a multiplayer context. Just do a draft or whatever. Wait, why can't I do it? You're playing against AI here, but they're presenting it like this is actually
Two warriors enter.
something that people would want to do.
Can prevail.
I like how they did that voice in there. I should know it better, though, considering that I'm such a fan of that arena gauntlet thing in Oblivion. I probably did more of that than anything else in the game.
I see your next move before you think of it.
2/3. But the joke's on you. I don't think of it because I just do random shit. So you can't predict the thoughts of somebody who has no brain to think with. Ward or regenerate guard could be okay. I wonder how good these opponents are really going to be.
Enough game.
3/2 is not a big deal. My turn. Lethal is not going to be really worth it. I'm going to 1/1 Risen Guard, Risen Dead with a guard in each lane. Ward. Flipping it back wouldn't really do me much good.
Case be it. This day will be mine.
I should just ignore it and go face, obviously. Bonus effect when played, each deals damage to its equal to its power. You're kind of overplaying their hand a bit, though. Deal 3 damage to a random enemy. Their deck doesn't seem really that good. Silence another creature. What effect would be really bad? Deal 3 damage to... I guess we could do it on that one. Most effects don't really care about whether you about whether you're in the same lane as them or not, unless it specifically mentions it. I guess that wasn't really all that hard for him to kill, though.
You've met your match.
This should only absorb a spell, though. It just absorbs the next source of damage, period. Battle an enemy creature would be pretty good.
Bring it on!
Which one? Or maybe I should have done the 3/3 there instead. When it takes damage, he deals that much damage to you, but that's okay. This is pretty good to heal it back so we can take even more damage from it. I do have a lot of heals for my minions here, but not necessarily for myself.
My sword hand.
Yeah, the presentation and everything is good. I just don't know how to interpret like the card library or how much, especially in the drafts, how much variety would be in there. Like, okay, we have 6 mana. We could do like this, and then we could do like this. For, I don't know what good that does me, though. Heal it, then give it +1/+1. Why don't we just do the 1/1 in each lane? Then we can flip something back as long as the effect is not too annoying. Like that. They'll obviously just be able to play it, but whatever. Costs only 1.
You waste my breath to oblivion.
Getting pretty low, but I'm trying to take advantage of the whole card draw from that. I guess. This is give a creature guard, fine. I have too many things to just heal. I could save others from death, but not myself. Guard, gain magic equal to its power.
I'll do what I can.
I should be able to just trade in pretty well on the other side, though, you would think. Summon +0/+2, and guard at the top card of your deck is whatever. I don't know what those are even called. Okay, he does get it. Do this. Do this. We're doing pretty good in that lane. I'm very low on health. And you could get in at least like 3 more damage.
You waste my breath.
Well, we still have a chance. In this one and only game that I'll probably play in this mode anyway. But it's very hard to obviously stop them from going phase the whole time, though. So... heal a creature. How about heal me instead, dude? I can't do anything. What does that actually do? Immune to silence, permanently shackled. When you summon a creature, a Daedra give it +0/+1. Gate levels at levels 2 and above. Daedra you summon again +1/+1, and it gains +0/+2 each level. Level 3 and above, they cost 1 less. Level 4 and above. How about one that actually summons stuff, though? Period. Nothing even has taunt, so I think I just lose. Yeah, I'm getting BM'd by a fucking AI. It's not even because I lost that I won't do another one, but I just kind of wanted to try it out. So it can be fun playing against AI for sure, but I don't know why.
You'll have to face that foe again. But you can attack elsewhere first. Your arena ends if you suffer 3 defeats.
Oh, I can attack elsewhere, so I gotta go find a Khajiit, am I right? Ha ha ha. Elder Scrolls humor. So what would it take for me to do an arena in the other thing? Probably have to do a whole bunch of other dumb shit. Or I won't even have a ticket for it. I would like to see it basically how that works, though. Because... let's do a little bit more of the story thing. Enter puzzles, stories. Do we actually have to do that?
The Dramora's words unnerved the hero. They journeyed north to meet Laneth, a sorceress friend of Tyr's, well versed in Daedric matters. But the road ahead was far from clear.
Look what we have here. Standard fee. Hand over your coin or you die.
This is our road. Nobody passes without paying a tribute.
We haven't got any money. As for taking our lives,
Look at that fucking expression. Which one are you using? We can use Ankano, who has like no minions in there, I guess. As much as I love spells and the mage playstyle usually in RPGs, I don't like them in card games as much. I like to play more on the board. In this match, you will use the mulligan redraw mechanic, learn about the charge and lethal keywords. Yeah. Look at his fucking troll face. Okay, get rid of that. Give me some actually minions to play early on. The 2-lane system is very simple, but it is actually pretty good too. Can't be attacked for 1 turn. But in a certain sense, it doesn't matter, because if you're like... you wouldn't be able to attack them anyway if you're just kind of, you know, they summon something, I summon something, I can't attack it anyway. It matters more in the long term. At the beginning of the game, it almost feels redundant. Okay, we don't have anything I can play at all, or I can do that. That would become annoying for sure later. It does seem maybe a little bit too quiet. Maybe I should raise that actually. A little bit, I guess. It's kind of hard to always judge that. Or like, why would they start it on such a low level anyway? We could do this. Mystic Dragon Prophecy. My whole idea with this is like just sort of ignore whatever they're doing and just go face in the other lane. I might lose to an AI in the draft, but I'm not going to lose to it in a fucking tutorial. You're not really doing anything unless you have some buff, but kind of blocked yourself out, so I'll just out damage you here and I don't care what you do. Destroy creature, -4, -0, deal 3 damage to all creatures. We'd always do that if I really need to, but just abuse the coin for now. Like, I'm clearly gonna out damage you if you try to play like this, but could be a mistake. Such a contrived way to try to punish aggro style of play. Like, oh wow, for every 5 damage you do to your opponent, you just fucking, you end up okay, we should clear some stuff out though for sure. Let's kill that. Do 2. I mean, we'll just do it anyway. Nothing else I can play. Almost like Pirates of the Caribbean-esque music in the background here. Stand and Deliver, one of my favorite movies. Ha ha ha. It's not actually, but like where the guy wants to go teach calculus or something. That's all I remember from it, is that one line. What would be the most threatening here? I guess just that. Put a firebolt in your hand. Would be pretty good to do, I guess. And I've gotten the effect of that like pretty much every time I've ever tried to do it. I'm pretty low on health, but it's not really that big of a deal. What's the one that's just gonna heal me? I guess I don't have one. So they shouldn't be a problem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, unless you have some crazy buffs. I should be fine. Yeah, you should just be dead.
This one is ready for battle. This one is ready for battle.
You can play this for free when drawn from Rune Lost, which is a really dumb mechanic. It can have way too much impact. Like, I hear you like RNG, so the random cards that you draw are going to have randomly super beneficial effects. They could determine the outcome of the game on their own. Like, what the fuck? Complete Act 1. Oh my god, I almost don't even want to do this. I just want to see like what the draft experience would be like against other players.
Dropped to his knees. He said that if the hero spared his life, he would show them where the robbers had hidden their ill-gotten treasure. But the merchant demanded justice.
And what did your hero do?
Fair or execute. Plot choice. Wow. Destroy a creature with 2 power or less.
This villainous career ended there.
That was actually pretty cool interaction there. I like that.
We're looking for a rogue blade who matches your description. There must be some misunderstanding.
What kind of misunderstanding?
The kind where you thought we'd come quietly.
Oh, that's actually a pretty good one-liner. Actual well-written story for such a dumb, you know, contrived tutorial thing. Let's see. Your opponent comes to battle with defenses ready. Yeah, I want to see an actual player do that, but then they just get banned by whatever oversight and support the game actually has. At least they had the decency to keep the servers up, despite them dropping support for it. But that's kind of a small consolation, I'm sure, to just the fact that it is so weird how this wouldn't have had more support. It must have not been that popular, or I don't know. Give a creature ward. Whenever you summon another creature, you gain 1 health.
Preparations have been made.
Heal 2, okay. But yeah, if we lose, we should have to stop right there on the spot, but that clearly isn't going to happen. Give a creature ward. Would that mean I have to give it to one of his? Because it, or no, you can give it to itself. Surely. But if it said give another one, it might actually force you to do that if you have nothing else there yourself. Well, I'm getting rolled over at the beginning here. What the fuck is going on?
Is this what you want?
Sacrifice a creature doesn't really matter. This is not looking too good. So go ahead, I'll try to trade into here, but I'll still keep mine alive.
Time to end this.
But yeah, who's that one chick I always see on my... Whenever I log into my account, I've seen this one streamer like 50 times. It's this chick who always does the sim games, who has like kind of a catchy name, but I can't remember. But that's another series I haven't played ever, is the Sim series, in any form really. Another, yeah, what is her name? I can't remember. It has like something to do with sim in the name. Hold on, now I'm curious. Sim streamer female. I don't know, how am I supposed to... Kayla Sims. Is that her little Simsy? It could be. Like, it'll automatically choose something, but it's like you know, oh, that's suggested for you. I won't see that if I look at Twitch, period, but I see stuff like that when I log in. But I don't know why, because I've never watched The Sims, or I've never played it, so why would they want to try to spoil it for me? Transform an enemy creature with 2 power or less into sweet roll, or what really should be oh, welcome back. I should be requested like or suggested chess stuff, because how much I play chess. This is actually not be a bad idea, but I can't do it yet. I could do the lightning bolt, or I could do after you play another action, doesn't really matter. Transform an enemy with 2 power or less into a sweet roll. Give a creature -4. Actually, this is good because you could just trade into it pretty well. What am I talking about? Oh, just like when you log into Twitch, it'll show you recommended stuff that has nothing to do with what you actually watch. Well, first of all, I don't watch anything, but I don't know how it determines that. It'll show me all these streamers that like I don't want to see, or that I've never seen before. Transform something into 2 or less. You could just destroy that. Or what was I even saying I should do? I could do 3 to everything, which would kill some of my own. Let's just do that. Do that, or maybe I should have done that in a different order. Go face, although I'm pretty low on health myself.
I'll give you a quick death.
Lies of Lorkin.
Or they'll always try to put stuff on the front page that is kind of unique, like, oh wow, it's a music streamer or something like that, which is kind of cool. I don't think I've seen an ASMR streamer. I keep getting recommended this woman with huge something. I'm not complaining, but I just have no interest. Yeah, sometimes those will be on there too. It's just not a reflection of what you've actually watched, right? Like, I can understand if I watch something like that, then you could show it to me, but... Or I guess with me, it just would have to guess, because I don't watch anything, so how would it know? Just based on what categories you stream, I guess.
Your fear betrays you.
Oh, I didn't think it was my turn, actually. Destroy creature with power 2 or less. Get rid of that. And transform an enemy into a sweet roll. When a creature eats the sweet roll, heal that creature. What else do we got? Mage's Trick. Deal 1 damage, gain 1 health, draw a card. Because I could have just done it to his face. We're in a pretty good shape here, but that 3 damage is still going to be a little bit scary. I am very low. Yeah, that's not even going to kill it, though. Okay, that's not going to be enough. Deal 2 damage. Oh, shit. So I'm going to 5/5 with guard, which would be pretty good, but I almost want to do this just to... You know what? That's not a bad play, though, all things considered. You know what? Let's just take our chances. I don't think he'll be able to get through the taunt, so I should just be able to finish him off next turn. Child's play is you just rush into your own death. But I'm not going to win still. Or no, I will, because you can do this to face. Yeah, most of the spells don't really say that you can only do them to minions. That's a pretty efficient thing then. Okay, so how many of these is it going to make me do? Probably up until the 8th one. On the run, that was close. Thank you, my friend. I couldn't have done it without you. It seems we were bound by more than bloodshed, by fate, perhaps. Legion Shield, Senshi Tiger, Bruma Profiteer. Willpower runs over his foes with strength of numbers.
They chose to avoid the roads. But of course, the wilderness has its own dangers.
It's like Murphy's Law, the campaign. Just every 5 steps, something goes wrong. Everywhere you go, there has to be some sort of fateful encounter. This is almost as bad as playing Ark Survival Evolved. If I take 5 steps out of my base, I get punished for it. Or just use one of the many mechanics that I'm choosing not to use, like use a mount or tame a pet. Like, I don't want to do those things, but if you don't, you get absolutely rolled over. Or wait, this one has double. Now see, how would it determine that in the course of a normal game, though? What, like you're playing on the ladder and it'll just randomly do that? Just have like different conditions and stuff, like Yogg-Saron and in Hearthstone. I should get a pet. I mean, not anytime soon. Pointing out, having 2/1/1s. I'm not really too threatened by it, but he's gonna have all kind of buffs for it probably. You won't even be able to do anything to it anyway. You know, it's probably worth it to do that just because I have nothing else to do anyway. Is that going to be like the only card that he has in his deck? Deal 1 damage, sure. Not really efficient plays, but the only plays that I have. Attack on enemy creature. Okay, finally something else though. Other wolves have +2/+0, so I definitely have to do something about that. I'll just use removal every fucking turn. Attack on enemy creature. Jungle creature misses its next attack. That is a very dangerous effect, obviously. Summon a 1/1 wolf. Wow, so original. Such variety. Now, this is almost a bad lane because you're going to cockblock yourself with the fact that you only have the same thing over and over. Draw a card for each card your opponent drew this turn. So another creature disappears, doesn't really matter. Let's do maybe a couple of these here. So would you be able to do this on their turn? I guess you can, or maybe some spells only specifically would be able to do that. Destroy creature, or I mean, I don't know what else he's gonna play, so that might be the best creature he ever has. Another 2/2, another 1/1. I'm not, you would think this is like a really annoying aggro type of deck to go against, but it's really not because it's so fucking pedestrian. So much so that I'm even willing to just go face myself. Like how a taunt just ruins his whole strategy. Crystal Tower Crafter. Yeah, I mean, mechanically, everything the game seems good. The presentation maybe isn't quite as good as I would have thought, though. Somehow it's just like... It's okay, but it's not like anything mind-blowing.
Shall we begin? To dust with
Can't hit that. Just go face, go face. Yeah, I must say, I always hate the tutorials in these kind of games. Just because it's so, like... Nobody plays these games for that reason, although this did seem to try to embrace the single-player aspect. Like, those single-player drafts could be pretty fun. Maybe. Can't do anything with that. Deal 4. Go face, trade in, trade in.
I've got you now.
Just an eventuality, dude. Like, why even bother doing this shit? All this stupid card draw you give them, it's just such an annoying mechanic. And I especially hate the one that's like a prophecy or whatever, where like, wow, you draw into it from that and then you get to play it for free or something stupid like that. Get rid of that. I should just be able to go face, but... Or in fact, I can't really do anything else anyway, so...
The illusion mage is never as he seems.
Choose a creature, I forget what it does. Disappears and reappears at the end of the turn. I guess it'd be good to get rid of like a taunt or something, but... These are actually my longest episodes for a while on Saturday, where I do like a full day thing and I would try 2 games that I'd never played before. But even with all that, I still have so many that I haven't gotten around to. Destroy creature doesn't really matter. It's still gonna take a while to actually do this though. Like, okay. Such variety of cards, dude. What the fuck? Or how many of those are you really allowed to have of the same card in your deck? Like, it's kind of misrepresenting how the game actually works. You cannot have like 40 of the same card. Finish him with that just for the BM of it, or wait. Oh, okay, that one actually does specify, and most of the other ones don't. Six out of 8. Please tell me Act 1. I'm not going to do more than Act 1. I'll just do Act 1 and then I'll try to see if I can't.
Once they dispatched the beasts, they heard a whimpering sound. Under a nearby bush lay a cowering wolf pup.
Did they take it in?
Why would it be cowering, like, you know, or like looking towards us after we just slaughtered all of its kind? +2/+0 when you have most creatures in this lane. Like, would you do this for the stories aspect or which card you actually want? Unsummon a creature. I mean...
They had seen how dangerous these wolves could be.
I do love this, what they're trying to do with the storytelling here.
Made it. That's Laneth's house, and it's crawling with cultists. Laneth must be in trouble. Come on.
I have to make it so these videos can be playable on mobile phones so they can handle it. Daedric Cultist. Boethius Cultist dart towards you. Once again, cheating. Deal 1 damage, draw a card. It's not really worth it, but I'll just keep it for curve purposes, I guess. We do have the coin this time.
You're too late. By now the sorceress is leagues from here.
That's kind of not a very fitting voice, though, for the face.
By the Prince of Plots. They will bow to the Prince of Plots.
None of this really suits what they look like. Wardcrafter would be okay. This is pretty good too, I guess.
Foolish mortal. Goldbrand smite you.
That's fine. We can coin out and actually use this, I guess. But as most of these decks are, they're just going to keep playing the same shit over and over. Even in a way that might not be legal to do. Like, get rid of that. A night to remember, obviously. That's not what the guy looked like. Or it's just saying it generally, I guess. Like, you know, where you fucking get drunk and it's actually one of the Daedric princes and you get like the Sanguine Rose from that one. That was a genuinely shocking moment because like you really are like, I'm just being a completionist and just talking to everybody around, and one of them leads to some crazy thing where you end up in Markarth and all this kind of crazy shit. That represents very well what these kind of games are about. Deal 1 damage, I guess I'll do it. Because I have nothing else to play, really.
Face me, you dog.
Patience for fools.
Yeah, that's good.
Coldbrand smite you. Coldbrand smite.
Please, after level 8, let me just actually play a proper draft. Let's see if anybody actually is playing it. Let's see how interesting it is to actually do the draft. I'll only play like 1 game just because, whatever, for the sake of time, but you still don't even have to worry about it. Like, just go face the whole way. I don't think we've gotten a chance to play on Kano even once yet, though.
The Prince of Plots. Coldbrand smite you.
That could be a good opportunity to wait. Or we could reduce his attack and then just kill it. It's not so bad, I guess. You could even do that because you do have the ward. You could even do that just to clean shit up a bit. You have plenty of mana. A friendly creature disappears. Returns in the other lane shackled, but I don't see why I would care about that. Like, it seems like a totally useless card. Deal 2 damage, okay. I wonder if Marvel Snap is any better now than when I played it, because I really didn't like it at all. That whole 4-6 turn thing was utterly ridiculous. That is pretty good, but it's almost like it's a little bit too slow. Obviously, destroy a creature, fine. Normally, he would never want to do stuff like that, but I don't know what he's going to have.
I see your next move before you think of it.
7/7 at the end of each turn. If you played 2 actions, summon a random Atronak. I don't know how that's really going to go over. Summon a 5/5. That would be okay. Are we finally going to be able to... I guess I'll play on the board a little bit. You can't... see if I can actually play this guy finally.
Their blood will please Boethia.
Yeah, their voices are a little bit too stoic. Like, they sound like office interns trying to sound like a fucking cultist rather than actually a cultist. Summon, deal 5 damage, period.
Important things on my mind.
How long does a project usually take? What project? Like,
Before you think of
for my work? 15 health. Or wait, what exactly... Spectre creature misses the next attack. Does that mean I would be able to do the effect again or something? Give a creature ward would be kind of good. He is like a legendary, right? Where does it actually even say that? I guess just a little gem at the top would probably indicate that. That does seem like a pretty good win condition type of card almost. If you do have a lot of actions, but I assume spells, yeah, just count as actions, or maybe not all of them. Yeah, let Ankano have the final hit too. Fuck. But yeah, let's actually test that effect, although I am getting a little bit low. Like, if I do this, does that mean that when he comes back, he'll be able to do the effect? Oh, it does, so that's pretty good.
Stop. We can tell you where they've taken your friend.
Fucking clown with no honor. At least die and refuse to tell me anything. It depends. I mean, some of them are month long, some of them are a couple days. It really just depends on who is asking and what it's for. Give me another plot choice before this is over. 4 mana 9/1, pretty unique statting.
Kidnap the sorceress Laneth and had taken her north. They would use her to help them bring about a dread prophecy known as the Culling.
I don't like it any more than you do. But we need a ship to chase the cultists, and we don't have any coin. Besides, this ship belongs to smugglers, and I have it on good authority that...
Intruders!
that they're not here tonight.
Really, this is the final one of chapter 1. It should be something more memorable than that. It gives you the option not to do the whole tutorial, but it's a case where, you know, to unlock the other modes, you're going to have to do it. If it doesn't let me do it after this, I don't even care, but... does seem pretty fun, but you'll never really get the full experience of it. Or if you were like a big streamer, I always joke about that. Like, wow, if I was XQC doing this, you would single-handedly revive the game because everybody would come in and, you know, just the impact that some of these people have. You know, it gives you a certain power. This is +2/+2 while you have 7 or more. Doesn't really matter. Tackle it. Right? It'd be hard not to have people abuse that either. Like, you want the game to do such and such. Like, I want the next update to be about this. And you'll just start a whole big thing in your community, and it's so big that it'll actually impact what people do, what the developers do. I'm sure that happens all the time now, just to appease people or whatever. Which sometimes that's a good thing. I'm just saying, like, it's very surprising that's what it's come to. We can kill both of the 2/2s. That'd be good. And this is good. Let's just go face all the way. That 3/5 is going to be pretty hard to get rid of, all things considered.
This one itches for a fight. No trouble at all.
But normally, I feel like there's not one shadow lane, or not 2 of them. That was just to show me some whatever random hypothetical that won't even actually happen. Another creature disappears. We can just do that to go face.
There's more to come.
Not a valid target. What do you mean? Or this guy has... Okay.
It's a good day for battle.
Now we can do this and then keep going face. Scholar, prophecy. You should never like block yourself out like this either. Just, you know, where you fill up your board in case you have some other effect or something. Or you shouldn't commit to one lane so much either because you can get punished by AoE probably. Although the only AoE that I've really seen affects the whole board, not just one lane, but I'm sure there are some that do that. Destroy creature, let's just do that. Yeah, this should be pretty much good. Play that for free. Shackle it. I'm just completely ignoring the left lane the whole game. Or I might use that on there just because it's so hard to get rid of, apparently. Or now you obviously can't play that in the other lane. Or you just won't have room for it, or at least I assume 4 is the max, but who knows? Maybe it'll stretch out or shrink or something in a very unexpected way. You should be dead for sure, dude. Or actually, you won't be because of the stupid taunts. Or no, you will be. But I'm pretty low myself, so this could be a problem. There's a creature to summon a copy of it. So this one will be fine, right? Or no, he is still dead. What am I thinking about?
You don't look like Dominion guards.
Oh, whoops, I skipped over some dialogue. Okay, level 6. That one's actually complete. What features are unlocked now? Not bad. We'll survive longer if we stick together. There's not much time. We must escape elsewhere before the whole empire is upon us. Oh shit, look how much he's giving me. It's like every universe wanted to get in on the whole whatever Hearthstone shenanigans or the idea of whatever digital card space they could. I don't even want to do this now.
Realized they had a common enemy. The smuggler, who was called Swims at Night, agreed to sail north in search of the sorceress.
I thought we just killed him. What's the point of that? Swims and I has joined you.
I love a good storm. Makes the seafaring life interesting.
How about pirates?
No, they're right bastards. Treat an honest smuggler like a common merchant. There's no honor among scoundrels.
Okay, let's actually not do that, but it didn't say what unlocked as a result of doing that. Against an opponent. Okay, the ritual 12. What does that mean? That's just like my rank, isn't it? Well, whatever. It's a pretty good game. Maybe I should do like one more of these just to try it. Or I guess we could try these other two decks. Did I even win at least like one game? I guess I could try it. I think I did, or at least one person conceded. Many Khajiit, something. When a creature changes into another creature, it heaps damage to items and modifications. It's just always sad. Like, people put so much time into these games, and then they just... That's the price of multiplayer stuff. Is that... You know, you can just go to 0 overnight. That'll never happen with a single-player game. You can imagine if my Skyrim character just deleted itself. That would feel so stupid. Or I'll go for, like, a real permadeath experience once. Boom, a Racketeer. But in games like that, it almost doesn't feel right to do that, because it's like, obviously, you could just like beat the story in a permadeath context, but that's not what the point is.
Hello there.
You can do this while his speakers and player max magic is increased by 1.
Power from these trees.
His speaker, give a creature lethal.
The power of the hist fills.
Summon a slaughterfish in each lane, which is what? A +1/1 gets +2/+0 at the start of your turn. Like what? Just indefinitely?
Death take you.
We lose extra mana from that, but it's okay because these can get out of hand very quickly. The celebrity. Where you got like 3
Quench your thirst.
different things. So how does that work? I thought the most you could have is 2. Welcome back. Lethal, give a creature lethal, okay. Gain start +2/+0 at the start of your turn. That is an interesting effect. Yeah, that already just gave you tremendous value. So that's nothing. +2/+2 while you have 7 or more. Give a creature lethal.
This one offers something tasty.
Guess it doesn't really matter. Just go face, go face. You know what R34 is? Oh, like, yeah, it's a website that has, if you can think of it, if you can imagine it, there's art of it, to say the least. Everybody knows what it is. Or yeah, that's what I'd be worried about. Don't, you know, spoil me from... I was spoiled on a case of Phoenix Wright from something on there. In, like, Spirit of Justice, how... how there's that case, too, with the magicians and they're, like, twins or whatever. So just the fact that it showed it in there would have told me, if it exists, there's corn of it. Yeah. +0, +2, and guard. I guess you could do that and combine it with something.
I will be your shell and keep you safe. Blood on the wall.
I should still just keep going face. Like, who really cares, dude? If you have a way to heal or deal with this, then I just can't win anyway. Draw a random bit data in your deck and give a +2/+2.
Nobody breaks the law on my watch.
Okay, Prophecy Guard, not a big deal. If you have more health than your opponent, summon a random creature from the discard pile, which would be what? Right now, Slaughterfish? No, it doesn't even count. Be the Hiss guy, guaranteed. Some of the text here is very banal, though. They should have made it a little more stylistic. If I get rid of that stupid taunt, I should just win on the spot. Rain is pretty fucking annoying. What a convenient, perfect time to do it. Just... Come on. Now, even if I kill it... Oh my god. Give a creature lethal. I should even still just ignore it for whatever it's worth.
I will make a river of your
This
blood.
offers something tasty.
Give maybe this guy lethal. Go face. Go face.
On your guard.
Face. Face. Or no, you're already still dead. These slaughter fishes are actually pretty awesome. Okay, let's just play one as the other deck too, regardless of record. Since it wouldn't let me actually do a multiplayer draft. Oh, so I only won one game total. So that was this one. We played as the other two. We lost as the other two. It's a pretty good game, but it's sort of minimalistic with the presentation, at the least. And the queue times are actually not bad at all. So either we're playing against bots or it's more active than I'm giving it credit for. Maybe Steam is not exhaustive in counting the players. Like, you know, they're playing it through their phone. If it's like cross-play, they're playing it through through maybe the Bethesda app or something, so it's not going to be the same. Bethesda launcher, which I don't even know if that still exists or not. Black Dragon is a member of the Order of the Hour. She has been known to kill members of the Dark Brotherhood. That was one of the coolest moments in my Oblivion playthrough. I wish I had a clip of it or something. Like, I'm in the middle of a dungeon. I probably told this story before. I'm in the middle of a random dungeon, and I'm like really on edge, and I'm, you know, looking around every corner and stuff like that. And so I go up and I sneak up on somebody and kill them, but then I realize that wasn't actually an enemy. It's like a cave full of goblins, but it was actually like an innocent NPC who you're supposed to talk to or something, or maybe rescue. So I killed them, and then it says like at the top, you sense like some sort of dark shadow around you. And then I'm like, oh shit, I hope nobody saw that. And then I just move on and I go back to town. And then after my big adventure for the day, I go and rest in a bed. And then when I wake up, very unexpectedly, there's a member of the Dark Brotherhood standing over my bed saying, oh, we know what you did. So think about what just happened there. I didn't mean for that to happen. I wasn't doing it to make the Dark Brotherhood come to me. I didn't even know what that mechanic was or that existed. I did it completely by accident in the middle of a dungeon just because I thought he was an enemy or something. So it very dynamically happened in such a way that, you know, so when I woke up, I had no idea that was going to happen. And I'm like... That's the whole beauty of some of these games, is the dynamic storytelling that can happen. Is just stuff will happen just purely by accident, or you'll have no idea it's going to happen. That's not like a story event. That's like a personal mistake. If I didn't accidentally kill that, then I would have been fine, or that wouldn't have happened. Then I wouldn't have even known that the Dark Brotherhood was in that game or how to interact with them. Right. So that's the best way for it to happen. Even if I wanted to join the Dark Brotherhood, I wouldn't have known how to do it. Guard, give other friendly creatures are immune to shackle. Give other creatures +1/+0. I guess you could just do that. I mean, I certainly don't hold the coin thing back. The bracelet. Jesus Christ, I can't click it though. Go face, go face. This works pretty well usually for me. Even though if they do have any amount of healing, I'm just going to be screwed. That first icon makes it seem like, oh wow, you were the first viewer ever, but it just means, what does it mean actually? Like you're one of the earliest subs or something? I don't even know. Let's just ignore it completely. Who gives a shit? It's like you're a founder of the channel, but like Madman should obviously have that because he was like literally one of the first viewers, period. Charge, Drain, Prophecy. Let's just go even more face. He's not going to be able to kill me anytime soon, so I should be fine. +4, +2. It's pretty good. Okay, if you win this, you deserve it, dude. Jack of all trades, master of none. Look, I'm still destroying people even though I'm literally free to play a new account. Why is everybody like rank 9?
A fine display.
There's no way you should be able to survive this with the deck quality that you've been showing the whole time. Or yeah, that's even a better way to do it, by you trying to fucking drag it out. Exactly like the hero cards and whatever, the super block meter cards. We did that. So each deck did only have 1 life in the multiplayer context. Like, kind of cool how they show your ranking up like that. You know, we played as the other 2 decks till we lost, and we played as these, but obviously I didn't lose with them. It would be pretty fun, but what would be the point of making a series out of it if, you know, if either there's not going to be much of a player base or the game's not really going anywhere? I don't really get it. Jaws of Oblivion starter pack, 10 Jaws of Oblivion packs, gate opener title, 1 legendary Jaws Oblivion pack. Attention, you are about to spend real money. Fuck no, I'm not.